So I am here as chair of the membership commission. The membership commission was tasked with picking Family Physician of the Year, and we received several hundred nominations from peers, patients, and members of the community to nominate Dr. June David for that award. With this strong outpouring of support, it was decided to present Dr. David with our first Lifetime Service in Family Medicine Award. This distinguished award is presented to a member of the New York State Academy of Family Physicians who has devoted his career to the advancement of family medicine through consistent, outstanding service. It honors a lifetime of commitment to patient care, leadership within the profession, mentorship of future family physicians, and advocacy for the health and well-being of New York's communities. Recipients, particularly our first recipient, embody the highest ideals of the profession and exemplify the core values of family medicine. We recognize the impact that Dr. David has made on this specialty at the national, state, and local level.
Thank you. For 4 decades, Dr. David has practiced family medicine and advocated for better, more equitable care for New York patients in support of family physicians. He's received his medical degree from the University of the Philippines College of Medicine. Dr. David is a former president of the New York State Family Physicians and was AAFP delegate, is a frequent lobbyist at the state and national level for payment reform and additional funding to extend the cap for residency so more students can receive training annually among his other possessions. Dr. David runs his own practice in Albany Family Medical PLCC. He co-founded Prime Care Physicians in 1997, and it included cardiologists, pediatricians, radiologists, and family physicians. The practice joined St. Peter's Health Partners in 2013, and Dr. David left in 2016. He opened his own practice in 2020, and his team is like a family. This practice allows him to connect with the service of patients on his terms, even if that means sharing his personal cell phone number on his card and fielding weekend calls. Please join me in congratulating Dr. June David for this Lifetime Achievement Award.
Thank you, Annie and Lily, Madam President, Dr. Brilliant, former AAE President Tochi's around here.
I'm right here.
Thank you. And thank you to our current president-elect also, Sarah Nosal. So many thanks, and I must say I was truly surprised when I heard about the Academy had created a new award, and I'm really deeply, deeply honored about this, to be the first recipient. Naturally, when I told me that I got the Lifetime Award, they called me last Friday, May 9th, to let you know that. And I told my wife about this, and I told my wife, listen, I got an award. It's for next week. So, and then she told me, what's for dinner? Well, then I asked Lily Risenberg, listen, when you give a lifetime award, does that mean I'm gonna die soon? She didn't tell me I will no longer qualify for Educator of the Year or Physician of the Year. And of the awards. Well, there are many new faces in the room tonight, so please allow me to briefly introduce myself. I've been practicing family medicine since 1991, and for many years worked in a multi-specialty group practice. Some I created actually, and but 6 years ago I transitioned to solo practice, a decision that has become the best decision of my professional life, the most. Today my practice cares for about 5,000 patients. We're open 5 days a week, and on Saturdays I do about a handful of home visits. And every year I dedicate about 3 weeks of my time to medical mission work. I also volunteer to a few places, the New York State Police and the Office of Professional Medical Conduct. My first taste of leadership came in 2002 when I led a protest to save the family medicine residency at Albany Medical Center. That same year, I was elected to the board of directors, and since then, I created the Regional Family Medicine Conference and was appointed to start to rejuvenate the Lake Placid Winter Conference. I did that for about 8 years. I also had the privilege of establishing the first, as a founding board member of the FAMED PAC. And as they say, the rest is history. I love this academy. It has been an incredible source of learning and mentorship. Through it, I was able to engage in advocacy, grow as an educator, and connect with colleagues who have become lifelong friends. And whenever we do our summer cluster, if they're wearing Hawaiian shirts, they are my lifelong friends. Right, Wayne? I also love my patients. They're very loyal. They invite me to their birthdays, their weddings, baby showers, and even make sure that each and every patient that passes away, I go to their funeral services. During my home visits, I end up eating breakfast with them or lunch. And in fact, they're so loyal that at least more than 300 of them wrote letters for me in a short notice. Now let me take a moment to acknowledge the people who made this journey possible. When I call your name, could you just please stand? To my wife, Joy. We have Hollywoods. And to my daughters, Jen and Lori. Jen is here. After the phone call from Lily Eisenberg that I did win last May 9th, Friday, I said, Jennifer, you can fly to Albany, New York. I'll pay for it, just not first class. And Lori, with short notice, she's in Chicago, she couldn't make it. And I love those two kids dearly. And you know what? People ask me, if I'm gonna repeat my life through all these years of practice, what would I have done differently? I would have stopped working at 3 o'clock and be with the kids and see them after school. My sister Menchit, who's a retired genetics specialist, unfortunately could not join us since she is giving a lecture in China. And of course, I'm gonna mention a few special people too. My office manager, Jennifer Martin. Jennifer gave me good news last week. Dr. David, our collection rate is 91%. And I am my building manager, George. These two people really guided me how to start a solar practice, which has become a dream and became, which was a dream and became a reality. It's just not that simple. And of course, I have here my office staff. I have beautiful, stand up. Was a medical assistant, but in the last 2 years went for her RN. And tomorrow she's giving a valedictory address. She finished number 4. And of course we have Stephanie, stand up. And Emily, just to be honest, some of them are not paid office staff. Your dedication and loyalty makes everything possible. And I have here a special guest, Keith Stack. Keith, will you stand up? Keith, recruited me happily. He's the executive director of the Addiction Center of Albany. When I just recently started as medical director, and I told him I really don't have the time, but we will find the time to help the population we truly deserve the care that they need. So thank you for coming. Well, finally, to the New York State Accounting Family Physicians, thank you for this incredible honor. The Lifetime Service in Medicine, Family Medicine Award is deeply, deeply meaningful to me, and I will carry it with pride and gratitude for the rest of my life. I'm not retiring tomorrow, I know, just to let you know. So. I know. And I don't think I'm gonna get another Lifetime Achievement Award again. So again, for tonight, thank you. Thank you for that.
Congratulations, Dr. David.
I'm a champion.
We just have a minute.
It's all yours, June.
I think if there's anybody that fits the he is everywhere, oh, you know what? Hang on a second. Okay.
Drew, use the microphone.
Okay, I'm not saying anything. We're still working on that.
All right.
So now you know we're lifelong friends. I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. So if anybody fits the bill of being everywhere all at once, June's it. I mean, in addition to everything you just heard, the reason I'm here as president-elect is because of June. And what I found is, the more I talk to people, the more I found that my experience with June was not unique. I mean, he came to me and befriended me early on. I invited myself to New York State AFP. I just called and said, I'm going to come to the COD, and he said, okay. So I didn't have a mentor. June became my mentor. And so what I find is there's many people in the room who said, yeah, June came and he befriended me. Then he pushed me, probably when I wouldn't have done it myself, to go onto the board. And then when I lost that election, he said, you got to do better with your speech. And yeah, I got on the board because of him. And I don't know, it must have been 10 years ago, he asked me, well, he said, you ought to run for vice president. And couldn't do it because, like June, I am a solo practitioner. couldn't do the practice and do justice to the job of vice president or president. So I waited until I'm about to retire, so he may not be ready to retire, I am. Really, so I could serve that. But I wouldn't have been here at all if it wasn't for June. So I want to thank you. You have done, the first thing he said to me, because I nominated him for Physician of the Year, the first thing he said to me is, I didn't get Physician of the Year. It was like, no, because you got, when I got Physician of the Year, 95 people sent in things about me. I thought it was pretty good. He had more than 300. I mean, it was like, Physician of the Year isn't enough. And I agree. So this is not like you didn't get Physician of the Year. This is like Physician of the Year is part-time. We're just physician for 1 year. You've got a lifetime. So, June, you have helped me, and I appreciate it. You've also helped a lot of people here, and we all appreciate it.
Thanks.
You are a gem. We're lucky to have you.
Thank you.
Past president, immediate past president, with all due respect, but I'm just gonna usurp you for a bit. All right, so I joined the academy in 1999, right? So I was a resident, and when I was part of the academy, the one fixture, Julie, because besides being the photographer, right, for everyone. That's what, that's how he got in front of you. He was like, okay, great, and then he was just, you are. So this is the advantage of this, right? Because sometimes we get our accolades after we pass. You're getting your accolades now. We're giving you your flowers now. It's very, very important. I know you're like, okay, doesn't mean you're not retiring, you're not dying or anything like that. But I mean, so you're getting your flowers now. So embrace that, embrace it, right? Because all of us, scratch the surface. All of us are going through something. We've all been through our journeys, and we're like knocking wood and saying, "Oh, I'm here still. Okay, cool." But June, from the time I was a resident to my entire journey throughout the New York State Academy, you're the constant. That so I know I'm home, right? I mean, I know everybody here is home, but when I see June, I'm like, okay, I know I'm home, right? So that's part of it. I don't think you appreciate that or understand that. And then when I went to the National Academy, the fact that they all knew who he was, that helped. It's like I'm from New York State. Oh, you're June to me. And that was, for real, that's really what it was. They were like, oh, New York, June David. You were there, so they knew I was welcome because I was coming from June David's state, from his chapter. So, I remember you once told me that part of that whole thing of you taking pictures, because sometimes we can be invisible. So you use your camera to be there, then it kind of helps you to not be invisible. And I remember that. I know sometimes you don't feel like we recognize who you are and what you've done for us, but you've done a lot. And we really appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Why are you guys lamenting? June got me started in the academy, so any of you guys who are ashamed, embarrassed, upset that I'm here, blame him. He's been pissing me off since day one. The first time I got involved with the academy, it was nothing to do with you guys. It was on a regional level with the regional family medicine conferences. Do you remember those?
Yeah.
So June came up to me. I was with my first practice before I had my own practice, and he was talking about me. And he got me invited. He actually requested that I come in. It was very sweet. He said, "You're gonna do this." Said, okay, so I helped him out with the regional family medicine conferences, and then he said, okay, now, we want you to get involved, and when I say we, he says we, he meant him. We want you to get involved with the New York State Academy. So this is the first lie, one of the first lies he told me. He said, you're running unopposed. Just show up, you'll be the new physician delegate, or new physician board member. I said, great. Did a speech, I'm glad I wore a tie, got there, and there was 3 people running against me. Luckily, I made it through. Then we're sitting on the board, and he keeps volunteering me for things, told me for things. And then we're talking about the finances of the academy. And the finance of the academy, we're having problems with finances and getting ready to go in membership. And he said, we need more Jews. We need more Jews. I'm sitting there going, dude, I'm right freaking here. How many more Jews do you need? And then I realized he was saying dues. Myself at that point. Also, in the beginning, when I first started with the academy, June was very nice to drive me to some event, and he had this nice big fancy car and had a cooler in the back. Do you remember that car? Had a cooler, and you still have it? You need a new car. But it had a nice cooler in the back, and I was like, wow, it's plush leather. I felt like I was being chauffeured and everything. Then I realized his wife is a lawyer, and that's who paid for it. So thank you for that ride. It was a wonderful, supple leather. It was awesome. I might need a new car now. Then, in another stage of his life, I realized that all of a sudden that whole thing, like, the student becomes the teacher, he decided to open his own practice again. He started calling me for advice. I'm sitting there looking at him and, you've done this before. Why do you need my advice? He kept talking to me and getting my employment contracts. I'm like, your wife is a lawyer. Why are you coming to me? So June and I have had this long relationship. He's the reason why I'm part of this academy, okay? And for this award, even if he hadn't solicited about 100 or 300 people to write letters for him, I think most of us would have done it without a question. So June, this is well deserved. I didn't know you were on your last leg. If you need me to write this down for the ceremony at the gravesite, and listen, man, it's well deserved.